It's my pleasure to declare Convocation officially convened. Please take your seats and rest comfortably. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My name is Robert Thirsk, and I am the Chancellor of the University of Calgary. Let's start off with a safety briefing. In the unlikely event of a fire alarm sounding, you will be instructed by myself or a designate to remain seated while we investigate. If an evacuation is required, we'll follow the directions of our ushers and marshals to the nearest stairwell and exit out of the building. Emergency exits are located on the north wall behind me on the upper running track level and also at the court level. And you can also exit the gym where you entered on the upper level at the southwest corner. I acknowledge the traditional territories of the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising the Siksika, the Piikani, the Kainai First Nations, the Tsuut'ina First Nation, and the Stoney Nakoda, which includes the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nations. The City of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3. The University of Calgary is situated on land adjacent to where the Bow River meets the Elbow River. The traditional Blackfoot name of this site is Mohkinstsis, which we now call the City of Calgary. It's a pleasure to welcome today's graduates who sit before me, along with family and friends, to this morning's convocation ceremony. University President and Vice Chancellor Dr. Elizabeth Cannon and I are pleased to welcome honorary degree recipient Dr. Marie Delorme and Order of the University of Calgary recipient Dr. Lauren Falkenberg. I also welcome Feroz Talakshi, Vice Chair of the University of Calgary Board of Governors, Dr. Kevin McQuillan, Deputy Provost, other members of our Board of Governors, our university senators, members of our senior leadership team, Sagar Grewal, Students' Union President, Britt Paris, Graduate Students Association President, other executive members of our Students' Union and Graduate Students Association. Welcome to our other past honorary degree recipients, Dr. Victor Buffalo, Dr. Janice Eisenhower, Dr. Francis Wright, and a warm welcome to the distinguished graduate, Chris Carlson. And a special welcome to professors and staff from the Faculty of Graduate Studies and also the Haskayne School of Business. This is a day of celebration. We encourage you to share your joy and pride with us on social media. Use the Twitter hashtag #UCalgaryGrad, or you can use the handle @UCalgary, or even my handle @RobertThirsk. To family and friends, you're here celebrating with a mixture of pride, joy, and a shared sense of accomplishment. You've stood by your graduates over the course of their degree, offering words of encouragement, a voice of reason, and the occasional shoulder to cry on. Thanks to each of you for the love and support you've given to our graduates. In fact, graduates, let's pause for a moment because what I just said is important. As you know, the Stanley Cup was won last evening. One of the greatest traditions of hockey is that immediately after putting the puck in the net, the scorer will turn to the player who got the assist and will point to them so that everyone in the arena knows who set up the goal. And this upholds the notion that hockey is a team sport. Well, post-secondary education is also a team sport. Graduates, do me a favor. Look around and find your family and friends in the bleachers right now. In fact, graduates, stand up and point to and show me those people who got the assist, who passed that puck to you, who helped you assist in graduating today. Wave and cheer, make some noise. Thank you, family and friends. Thank you, graduates. Please take your seat. And yes, to our assembled graduates, congratulations. You are the University of Calgary's class of 2018. Woo! This is my last convocation as your Chancellor. You probably didn't notice it, but our piper, Alf Miller, chose a different musical selection for this morning's entry processional. He chose a song called At Long Last, a composition by James McHattie. And Alf did this in recognition of my last convocation ceremony. He tells me that in pipe band competition, there's a goal set, hard work that's done, persistence, and then perfection. And the winning result is at long last. So your choice of music, Alf, was a thoughtful gesture. Thank you very much. A highlight of my term as Chancellor has been the privilege to meet you, students who wish to make our world a better place. This morning, as you graduate and move on to your next adventure in life, I'd like to pass on to you one final thought. I wish to share with you one last valuable lesson that I learned during my career, and that is to stay out of my comfort zone. Well, what does it mean to stay out of one's comfort zone? I think you already know. For some of you, staying out of your comfort zone means staying up late for weeks on end to prepare for your thesis defense. For others, it means working part-time jobs and volunteering in the community, all while studying at our university. Or venturing for the sake of your education to a new country with an unfamiliar language, culture, and values. For me, staying out of my comfort zone means launching to space atop 4 million pounds of explosive propellant, knowing that it might be the last thing that I ever do. The secret to career success, in my experience, is boldness. Throughout my life, I've worked with gifted colleagues who shared a sense of daring. It was when we functioned at the limits of our capabilities that we flourished and our achievements were most meaningful. My best learning occurred when I was uncomfortable, training overseas for weeks on end in a foreign language, or in survival training situations when I was hungry, tired, and edgy. The best decisions that I made in life left me feeling uncertain and anxious. This may sound sadistic, but I wish the same for you. As you leave the University of Calgary, I encourage you to stay out of your comfort zone. Take on life challenges that are bigger than yourselves. Seek out co-workers, employers, and mentors who are drawn to huge, grand, seemingly impossible challenges. Those are the people who will energize you. Those are the people who will push you to be the best you can be. The world leaders of my era were remarkable. Martin Luther King Jr., Margaret Thatcher, Nelson Mandela, Georges Vanier, Sally Ride. Inspirational leaders who believe that we do things not because they're easy, but because they're hard. Who dreamed of things that never were and asked why not. Who boldly went where no one had gone before. Our nation today does not need risk-averse leaders who are fearful of failing. Society will never advance under their leadership. Rather, we need your bold leadership. The challenges facing 21st century society are numerous and daunting. The pressure from global economic competition, the disruption of many traditional industries, jobs, and ways of life, and the growing inequality. These and many other challenges will only be solved by those rare, bold leaders who are not only experienced and competent, but also willing to take risks. Be aware that by continually venturing out of our comfort zones, we will make mistakes. I have repeatedly failed in life. As a young astronaut, I amassed a rich catalog of failures during training that I later drew upon for success in space. Taking a bold approach means you will also be prone to making mistakes, more mistakes than those who pursue a safer, more conventional path in life. But failure is what has honed the skills of history's greatest leaders. If it ever becomes too much for you, call on us, your home university. Share your dilemmas with your former classmates or a respected professor who knows you well. Some of us have been there and done that, done something similar to what you will go through. Your university community and programs are lifelong resources. Be bold, take on risk, embrace failure, pursue the impossible, avoid your comfort zone. What happens next in your life matters to us. We'll watch with pride as you might make your way in the world. And as alumni, you will always remain part of the University of Calgary family. We wish you continued success and happiness. I now invite President and Vice Chancellor Dr. Elizabeth Cannon to come forward and address Convocation.
Thank you, Chancellor Thirsk. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to join the Chancellor in welcoming our many distinguished guests, members of our Board of Governors, Senate, senior leadership team, student leaders, faculty, and staff, honorary degree recipient Marie Delorme, Order of the University of Calgary recipient Lauren Falkenberg, and our distinguished graduate Chris Carlson. I'd like to also thank all of the friends and family here today to recognize this graduating class. And I also want to take a moment to acknowledge Chancellor Thirsk. As he mentioned, this is his last convocation, and he completes his term as our Chancellor at the end of this month. During the past 4 years, in his role as Chancellor, Bob has conferred, at the end of today, over 23,000 degrees to our graduating students. As you can imagine, that's a lot of handshakes and a lot of inspiring words to each of our graduates as they cross this stage. Bob, you've been an outstanding ambassador for the University of Calgary, your alma mater, as well as our Eyes High strategy. And on behalf of all of us, we want to thank you for your dedication and leadership. Thank you. Most importantly, I'd like to send a very special welcome to you, our graduates, as we celebrate this milestone in your lives. It took a lot of hard work and persistence to get to where you are today. You've faced new challenges and opportunities throughout your learning experience, and in response, you've grown personally, professionally, and intellectually. The last few years have been a time of true self-discovery, and each one of you is a better person as a result. At the same time that you can look back and feel proud of your accomplishments, you can also look forward to the many new opportunities that lie ahead. The same determination that helps you complete your degree will also help you excel in the years ahead. Together, you represent a generation unlike any other. You're creative, resourceful, and committed to helping others. Our university is tremendously proud to count you as part of our family, so congratulations to the class of 2018. Now, I'm joined on this stage by those who care deeply about excellence in learning. They're passionate about the quality of higher education, and they're dedicated to the success of our students. Please join me in thanking them. These are the faculty and staff of the University of Calgary, members of our board and Senate, chancellors past and present, and community supporters. And in particular, I would like to acknowledge two members of our community who are on the stage. First is our Vice Provost, Libraries and Cultural Resources and University Librarian, Tom Hickerson, who completes his term at the end of this month. Tom's leadership has featured many highlights from the launch of our Taylor Family Digital Library to the creation of our university's high-density storage facility. On behalf of all of us, thank you, Tom. Second, I would like to acknowledge Dr. Ann Calvert, who is retiring at the end of this month. Ann has had a very distinguished career with the University of Calgary as a scholar and an academic leader. She served as the Dean of our Faculty of Fine Arts and then has gone on to make significant contributions to the development of leadership capacity on our campus. Congratulations, Ann. So now I would like all of those on stage to please stand so we can thank you for your commitment to our university and our students. Thank you. Every convocation is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and as the president of the university, I consider it a great honor to preside over this tradition. I'm also inspired each and every year by the stories of students who have achieved the extraordinary during their time at our university. I'd like to share two such stories from this graduating class. Miranda Manti is graduating today with her Bachelor of Commerce. Over the course of her degree, Miranda took part in numerous competitions focused on social enterprise and business ethics, including 3 years with the JDC West competition. In one project, Miranda and her team developed a program called Bundles of Hope, in which they hired low-income mothers to produce baby blankets. The team won the Viewer's Choice Award at the RBC Fast Pitch competition, and Miranda has applied this experience to work as part of the innovation group at ATB Financial. She's looking forward to starting full-time with the company as their new Associate of Global Insights. Congratulations, Miranda. The next story is of Colton Strand, who also graduates today with the Bachelor of Commerce. Colton was active in several prestigious business competitions throughout his degree. But as he was completing his third year, Colton received devastating news. He had stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. Colton needed chemotherapy, and during this difficult time, the Haskayne community rallied around him to provide much-needed support and encouragement. Colton was inspired to give back through this experience, and he has since contributed to numerous initiatives, fundraising for cancer programs, participating in the RSM Star Case competition for business schools, and even producing several music albums. Colton is looking forward to a career in strategic consulting and more opportunities to make a positive impact. Congratulations, Colton. These stories are just a few examples. There are so many others on our campus, and together they illustrate the incredible potential of our students. Given the right support and opportunity, you are capable of creating such positive impact, whether it's leading social progress, starting a business, or developing new technologies. Your contributions add up to a stronger, more resilient Calgary and a better world for all of us. Our commitment to you is to make sure that we're creating the foundation for your success right here on our campus. We're focusing on enriching the student experience through hands-on learning, research, and opportunities in entrepreneurial thinking. This focus is a key element of our Energized Eyes High strategy, and it's woven through our updated academic and research plans. We're building great momentum towards these goals. Just last May, we announced the launch of the Hunter Hub for Entrepreneurial Thinking, made possible by a generous $40 million gift from Calgary's own Hunter family. Along with other philanthropic support, this gift has helped us surpass the $1 billion mark towards our Energize campaign for transformative teaching, learning, and research. The Hunter Hub's permanent home will be in the redeveloped McKimmie complex, and if you've been walking around campus the past few days, you'll see that this project is well underway. It will support 500 new full-time students, and it will also help enrich the student experience through centralized student services, new classrooms, and expanded study spaces. But at the same time that we're enhancing the university in a physical sense, we're also looking at the social and community aspects of our campus. Last fall, we launched our first Indigenous strategy, Etapatope, which was one important step in our journey towards reconciliation, respect, and inclusion. And over the course of 1 year, we have seen a 10% increase in the number of registrations from Indigenous students. We also saw an outstanding milestone during our second annual Giving Day. In just 24 hours, more than 1,200 donors contributed over $960,000 towards enhancing the student experience through scholarships and bursaries. Graduands, this is our investment in you, and it's been worth it. In a few short moments, you'll cross this stage and join a network of over 173,000 alumni. These alum, like you, enrich our community in so many ways. You have the talent, the education, and the energy to take you wherever you want to go, and I know that you will go far. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and please keep your eyes high. Thank you. Dr. Lauren Falkenberg, could I please ask that you stand? The university draws its strength from its community, its students, its faculty, its staff, and alumni. The Order of the University of Calgary honors those within the university family who've brought great honor to this university. Dr. Lauren Falkenberg is a deserving recipient of the order. Lauren joined our university in 1986 and has since established a long record of distinguished service. In addition to being the Associate Dean of Research at the Haskayne School of Business, Lauren served as the key architect of our university's Eyes High strategy in 2011 and 2016. She has also contributed to other innovative programming, such as our new Doctor of Business Administration degree and Master of Management. And as a scholar, Lauren is renowned for her expertise in corporate social responsibility. She has taught business ethics and negotiations for more than 20 years, and her work has been published in many leading journals. Lauren has also consulted on corporate social responsibility in numerous roles, and she is a regular commentator for the CBC. Lauren holds a Bachelor of Education from our university, an MBA from Queen's, and a PhD from the University of Illinois. She is an inspiration to our graduating students. Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Lauren Falkenberg, a true citizen of the University of Calgary. I invite you to admit her as a member of the Order of the University of Calgary in recognition of her exemplary and distinguished service to the university.
It is my great pleasure to admit you, Lauren Falkenberg, as a member of the Order of the University of Calgary. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I would now like to introduce Murray McGilvray, our university orator, who will deliver the citation for the honorary degree recipient.
Marie Yvonne Delorme, please stand. Eminent Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Senate and the Board of Governors, fellow faculty, honored guests, graduating students. Dr. Marie Delorme is a Métis woman who has broken barriers and triumphed over personal adversity to rise to the very top management level of a major corporation, and who then quit her corporate career after 26 years to become a successful entrepreneur. A child who was in the foster care system and a single mother at an early age, Marie Delorme went on to work at TELUS and to earn a bachelor's degree, an MBA, and a PhD from the University of Calgary here. Marie Delorme held several positions at TELUS over her career there, including Director of Corporate Education and Development, Director of Sales for the Corporate Division, and Assistant Vice President for Human Resources. She was also leader of their task force on the role and advancement of women. She left a secure position at TELUS to become an entrepreneur, founding in 2000 the 3 companies that make up the Imagination Group, of which she is CEO, which are Nation Imagination, the Aboriginal Gifting Company, Imagination Consulting, and Authentically Aboriginal. Nation Imagination, the Aboriginal Gifting Company, which markets promotional products, gift products, clothing, and other products designed by Indigenous artists whose copyright is carefully guarded and who receive a fair share of revenues, has a national reach and a product range of over 250,000 items. Marie Delorme's personal success is astonishing, but what really stands out about her is the extent to which she gives back to her communities. She has been involved in more than 100 organizations in volunteer and philanthropic roles, particularly playing leadership roles in Indigenous advancement, the advancement of women and children at risk. She was co-chair of Calgary United Way, raising $51 million, and has been a longtime member of the United Way board. Other important boards are the Chiniki Trico Board, the RCMP Foundation Board, and the Canadian Centre to End Human Trafficking. She has advised this university and Mount Royal University. Her honors and awards are too numerous to mention. Believe me, we'd be here for 20 more minutes, so I'll choose 3. She received the University of Calgary Dr. Douglas Cardinal Award, the Métis Nation of Alberta Entrepreneur Award, and early this year, she was made a member of the Order of Canada. So she's been meeting a lot of astronauts recently. On behalf of the Senate and the university, I invite you to invest Marie Delorme with the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
I admit you, Marie Yvonne Delorme, to the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa, and grant you the rights and privileges, powers and responsibilities pertaining to this degree. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There it is.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Chancellor Thirsk. Dignitaries, elders, administrators, parents, families, and graduands, thank you so much for inviting me to share this extraordinary day with you. Storytelling is a pillar of our Indigenous culture. It's also a pillar of many other cultures. It's one of the ways in which we as people are more similar than we are different. The wonderful Indigenous author Thomas King says this about stories. He says, "There's a story that I know, and it's about the earth, how it floats through space on the back of a turtle." And I've heard this story many times. And every time I hear the story, it changes. Sometimes that change is simply in the voice of the teller. Sometimes the change is in the details. And sometimes it's in the order of events. Sometimes it's in the interaction between the teller and the audience. But Thomas King says that in all of the telling of all of the tellers, two things never change in that story. From an Indigenous perspective, this is the story of creation. And the two things that never change are that the earth never leaves the turtle's back and the turtle never swims away. What Thomas King is saying is that all of us, through our life experiences, share a common journey. And there are two things we have in common. We belong to only one race, and that is the human race. And at a fundamental level, we are very similar. This journey is a never-ending cycle of beginnings and middles and endings. And today, for the graduands, this is a marker on your road. It's a milestone. Graduation marks the end of one leg of your journey, and it's the beginning of the next. And you leave this university in challenging times, socially, economically, politically. But remember this, every one of our generations has been characterized by challenges. This is the human condition, for there is no light without darkness. We don't understand happiness until we have experienced sorrow. And we don't appreciate our abundance until we have experienced loss. This is the balance of life, and to truly experience life, we have to have the courage to explore those spaces that exist in the areas that are the unknown, that we don't know yet. I have a friend who says, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room. I like to think of our journey, this life journey, as a tapestry, and in a tapestry, you have some threads that are smooth and some threads that are shiny, and there's others that are a little bit pulled and a little bit flawed. And my life journey of a little over 60 years is told through many chapters, but there are two chapters that are linked by 30 years. When I started out my career, I graduated from high school at 17 years old, and I started out as a legal secretary. And in my first week on the job, the lawyer that I worked for made a voice recording, and my job was to translate this, and this voice recording contained the word entrepreneur. Well, at 17 years old, I wasn't very worldly, and I had never heard that word before, and I didn't know what an entrepreneur was. I thought he was saying somebody's name, Andre-preneur. What I know for sure is this. I looked it up in the phone book, and there are no entrepreneurs in the city. That lawyer is a judge now, by the way, and I sometimes wonder if he thinks back and if he remembers me, and he says, I had this secretary once, I wonder whatever happened to her. So who would guess that 30 years later I would become an entrepreneur? My journey actually started in the mid-1950s. I'm Métis. We are the Indigenous people who for many decades were known by many terms. One was the forgotten people. We were neither accepted in white society or Indigenous societies. But the Métis refer to ourselves as Otipimsawak. That's a Cree word that means the people who own themselves. The Métis Nation emerged from the French and English fur trade and the marriages between the European fur traders and First Nations women who produced children of mixed ancestries who ultimately became known as the Métis. And the word Métis comes from the Latin misere, which means to mix. And we're often asked, so when did the first Métis actually appear in Canada? And the answer is this, about 9 months after the first European arrived. Our men and women share critical leadership characteristics that have allowed us to endure for hundreds of years. Characteristics like physical and spiritual and psychological robustness, and a ruthless decisiveness to face life's challenges. Let me tell you a story that demonstrates the ruthless spirit of our women. There was a Métis man who came home from the hospital, and his doctor told him that he had no more than a day left on this earth. And the man woke up from his bed upstairs, and he smelled the aroma of freshly baked cookies wafting up from the kitchen. He slowly, in his illness, made his way down the stairs, and he thought, if I could just have one of those cookies that my wife is baking, maybe I'll get my strength back and I can extend my life a little bit. He made it down the stairs, and there were trays and trays of cookies, his favorite cookies, fresh out of the oven. And he reached for one, and his wife's hand came down and slapped him, and she yelled at him, she said, "Don't touch those, they're for your funeral tomorrow." That's the ruthlessness of Métis women in the face of adversity. My father was born in, and this is not my grandfather, not my great-grandfather, my father was born in 1882. He was a very traditional Métis man. He was a trapper, a hunter, a farmer. The Métis are known for their ability to teach through stories, to pass on culture and history, and sometimes they're also known for greatly embellishing their stories. But the stories that you hear from the Métis people have intentions. They're intended to make people laugh, to frighten people, to sadden people, and just to entertain. My father was 40 years older than my mother. When I was born, he was 72 years old. And theirs was a love story. It was undeterred by the many years that separated them or the social mores of the time, of the 1940s, that did not support mixed-race marriages. I grew up in a very peaceful home. It was filled with love and kindness, and the importance of academic achievement was stressed in our home. And the greatest gifts that my parents gave me while I had them were a sense of belonging and a sense of self-esteem. It was these gifts that allowed me to transcend what was to come. At 10 years of age, I lost my parents, and the ensuing years were characterized by a series of foster homes, loss of identity, loss of culture. But in the chaos, I always found a solid grounding in school. Academics was the one thing that I knew I was good at. I graduated grade 12 as an honors student, and I had big plans for the rest of my life. But I got married young at 19 years old. And at 20, I became a mother, and I found myself in a very difficult relationship. I left that relationship when I was 21 years old with $14 in my pocket and my 1-year-old son on my hip. I was a single parent, and I was determined to raise my son in the kind of home in which I grew up. Today, he is 42 years old, sitting to my right. My son Colby is a kind, intelligent, respectful, and accomplished man who heads up our companies. He is an award-winning business person and an award-winning philanthropist. And I kept my personal story private for many years. I was always proud of my Indigenous ancestry, but I grew up in a time when stereotypes were common in the 1950s and the 60s, and I did not want to be stereotyped. I wanted to be accepted, and I wanted to be understood as a person, and I wanted to be treated as an equal. I didn't want anyone to view me through the lens of my circumstances. You know, while we don't have control over that which happens to us, we do have control over our decisions, and we do have control over the power of our thoughts. Our challenges should not inform us. They should not define us, but they should inform us. The tapestry of our lives, which balances the smooth and the shiny with the tattered and the pulled, is what makes us unique and what makes us interesting. I have found throughout my life that the most interesting people, the most intriguing people, are those who have stories to tell about the lives that they have lived. And the most interesting of those people are those who can move beyond the challenges and see the beauty and the wonder of the world and its inhabitants, the animate and the inanimate. It's no coincidence that the symbol of the Métis Nation is the same symbol that represents infinity. The Métis flag is the oldest flag in Canada. The infinity symbol on our flag represents the coming together of two distinct and vibrant cultures. The flag symbolizes the creation of a new society with roots in both Indigenous and European cultures. This is the kind of insight that we have always had as Métis people, the ability to see past what is, to see what could be in the future. And the stories of our past, while they are characterized by great sadness and great happiness, we as Métis people have always known there is no man, there is no person with a magic wand who is going to come to fix all of the problems. As Métis people, we have always known that we hold that magic wand. We are unique because we transcend boundaries of race and culture. We inherited the fearlessness of our ancestors, both European and Indigenous. We know how to forgive and we know how to move onto higher ground. So to the graduands. The history of humanity is characterized by passing on wisdom and knowledge from one generation to the next. Today, you say goodbye to your professors and the staff at the university. They have completed their task, and they have given their gifts to you, and now you find your path to success. Today, you join an elite group of people who have stood on this stage before you. And in doing so, you have a great and sacred responsibility to the world. You are role models, you are leaders, and you are in a position to have a voice on issues that are critical to our world. As educated people, you can be a voice for those who cannot find a voice because of poverty, illness, oppression, or life circumstances. Your stories can help other people create new ones. The great civil rights leader Martin Luther King said that our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. You cannot be silent as educated people. When you see injustices, you need to become involved in your community. You need to address issues and problems. And you need to develop a spirit of philanthropy, the giving back for the gifts you have received. When you are faced with a decision to be right or to be kind, always choose to be kind. When I was in my 20s, an older woman gave me some sage advice about success. I was starting out my career, and she said that it was important to always do your best. But in the end, and the end does come for all of us eventually, remember that nobody is going to remember the awards you won. They're not going to remember the great presentation you did or the great report that you wrote. The only thing people are going to remember is how you made them feel in your presence. Whatever path you choose, stop occasionally and ask yourself, is what I am doing making a difference? And remember that we don't travel this road alone. A friend once told me that if you're walking down a path and you see a turtle sitting on a fence post, the one thing you know for sure is that turtle did not get there by itself. You are brilliant, you are magnificent, and you are unequaled. I congratulate the class of 2018, and I wish you Godspeed on your journey.
Thank you, Dr. Delorme, for your thoughtful words. Education can set us off on a new journey, but it can also provide us with a sense of belonging and a sense of self-esteem. And thank you for accepting the honorary degree from our university. It's a great honor for our institution.
I would like to invite all the graduates to please stand. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculties of the university, I present these graduates and those named in the Convocation program who are not at this ceremony. I ask that they be pledged and admitted to the University of Calgary degrees that they have earned.
As a graduate of this university, you join a worldwide kinship of educated persons who've earned opportunities and responsibilities of leadership and service in their chosen communities. To recognize this affinity, we invite each graduate to stand and join with the thousands who've gone before in making the University of Calgary graduates pledge. The pledge is not an oath, but is a solemn expression of your intention to apply your learning and experience positively for the widest benefit. I invite all past graduates of the University of Calgary to support these newest alumni by also standing and affirming a graduate's obligations and ideals. Could I ask all past graduates to also please stand? It is now my pleasure to introduce our distinguished graduate, Chris Carlson, who will lead the graduate pledge. Chris received his EMBA in 2010 from the University of Calgary Haskayne School. His successful career in project management and technology has led Chris to his current role as Chief Information Officer at Bright Squid Secure Communications. Since graduating, Chris has also been a strong champion for the University of Calgary and the Haskayne School of Business. He co-founded the EMBA Alumni Alliance, served as chair of the Haskayne Alumni Advisory Council, and recently was a member of the Management Alumni Excellence Selection Committee. Please join me in welcoming Chris.
Graduands, I will now lead you in the graduate pledge on the inside back cover of your program. Please follow along and also read aloud. When we finish, you will all say along with me, "This is my pledge." As a graduate of the University of Calgary, wherever my life may take me, I will use my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability for the well-being of my communities and for the advancement of learning and the public good. I will conduct myself with honesty and integrity, taking responsibility for my actions and respecting the rights, opinions, and dignity of all peoples. I will maintain my competency and keep abreast of developments in my chosen fields. I will strive to better my communities through good citizenship and active participation. I will be a loyal ambassador for my university and will seek to promote its welfare and maintain its reputation. I will honor all who have shared their knowledge with me and will, in my turn, share my knowledge and experience with those who enter my field or come under my direction. In all my dealings, I will endeavor to be known as a person of honor and repute, ever seeking to earn the peace of good conscience. This is my pledge.
By the authority of the statutes of Alberta, and upon the recommendation of our faculties, I admit you to the University of Calgary degrees you have earned and grant you the rights and privileges, powers and responsibilities pertaining to those degrees. Congratulations.
Eminent Chancellor, for our last time, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lisa Young. I have the privilege to serve as the Dean of Graduate Studies here at the University of Calgary. All graduate students at the University of Calgary, master's and doctoral, are registered in the Faculty of Graduate Studies, but they find their real home in their Faculty of Study. So it gives me great pleasure today to join with my colleague, Jim DeWald, the Dean of the Haskayne School of Business, in congratulating today's graduates. Eminent Chancellor, by authority of the Council of the Faculty of Graduate Studies, Associate Dean Dave Hansen and I have the honor to present the following graduates.
For the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Su Chun Huan. Xu Huan Li. For the degree Master of Business Administration, William Akoto. Rihan Albahai. Meskin Amin Al-Qassam. Drew Jonathan Ambach. Lane Marie Armstrong. Timothy Carlos Aruda. Ryan Maurice Asongwin. Kirsty Helen Barber. Adrian Bautista. Irina Barari. Andrew Ian Bennett. Rizvan Salim Baharmal. Chet Amber Bular. Akash Deep Burr. Reese Bishop. Casey Nicholas Bray. Jeremy Adrian Walter Butt. Jeffrey Samuel Calvert. Brianne Carson. Norman Christopher Chan. Paul Chow. Vincent Chow. Patrick Wade Chu. Marie Elise Chow. Tarkwalanan Amin Chowdhury. Anna Davison. Zahir Ahmed Darwad. Francis Parpati Duan. Anna Maria Durant. Hassan Arbami Azradandi. Mariam El Gohari. Kurt Ersur. Jordi Escalabo. Scott Gavin Barrett Fellows. Rosa Riho Fortune Yo. Ophelia Elizabeth Gator. Alvaro Garrido Poe. Hillary German. Anish Prashant Gogate. Jonathan Hartman Hamill. Matthew Hansen. Thomas James Hansen. Michael John Herbison. Justin Franciscus Rolf Heskes. Tabitha Lynn Hood. Farad Hossein. Shu Kun Hu. John Alexander McDonald Hunt. Jesse Robert Irvine. Tinashu Zhang. Craig Joyce. Indrunil Carr. Alexander Paul Curley. Michael Robert Kenny. Naheem Khan. Justina Kos-Fairless. Andrew Ellis Kuehler. Rishmikesh Kumar. Brandy Lynn Lafontaine. Hannah Lise Laplante. Camila Beek Lemaire. Carl Robert Levitt. Gregory Mack. Ashley Maureen McKinnon. Faria Mahabub. Kevin Paul Major Hansford. Also receiving a Juris Doctor. Bahaji Ram Mani Baskar. Vijay Kumar Ethriyaj. Mackenzie James Marcinu. Sterling MacArthur. Edmi Piet Agnes Mujen. Stephen Clark Mrakamamai. Shweta Nath. Andrew Locke Nguyen. Tanvi Noriega. Barath Nutha Hakamalava. Babafemi Anofalajo. Tala Paracha. Rajiv Parmar. Sergio Daniel Puerto. Mark Casada. Nasser Rahim. Madhusmita Ralo. Scott Jeffrey Henry Robbins. Jennifer Roman. Graham Michael Schaus. Dustin Ariel Schnibin. Stephanie Martina Schubert. Jody Nicole Scott. Spina Fatima Shabubinden. Mark Shaw. Robert William Sillers. Anna Skripitz. Adam Thornton Smith. Pamela Spencer. Michael Stevenson. Apisar Sharma. Elena Roseanne Storley. Bella Sial. Audrey Marie Jean Taylor. Rai Thacker. Lindsay Dawn Thorburn. Catherine Ann Thorgerson. Patrick Neil Tutty. Daniel Urkichik. Grant Valley. Corey Michael Vanderland. Barry Glenn Vrooman. Candace Lynn Watson. Ku Sin Wei. Amy Joanna Wormke. William Wong. Michael Lopez Utad Cole. Ahmed Zayed. Jack Zayarni. Yang Zhao. Yi Zhao. Eminent Chancellor, that is the graduating class of 2018 from the Faculty of Graduate Studies. Thank you.
Good day. Honored guests, my name is Jim DeWald. I am the Dean of the Haskayne School of Business. What does it mean to get a commerce degree? What does it mean to get a commerce degree from the Haskayne School of Business? Well, I want to highlight three specific things. One is you are graduating from one of the top business schools in Canada. You never, ever have to do anything but feel proud about your schooling at the Haskayne School. We're pushing boundaries on what we call unparalleled learning opportunities, which has given you opportunities like adventure leadership, the best case competition in Canada, the best record of case competitions in Canada, and exposure and training in entrepreneurial thinking, which puts you ahead of all others as we enter into a changing world. Second, the Haskayne name will forever be on your CV. Last night I spoke to Mr. Haskayne, and he would have dearly wanted to be here, but he's struggling with some health challenges. He wanted me to pass on how very proud he is of each and every one of you, and that you bring honor to his name, which is a direct reflection of the pride you must feel and have in this true business icon who's stamped his name on your degree forever. And finally, I want to point out that receiving a commerce degree places you square in the middle of what goes on in our world. Think of it this way. Every action every person has taken through this day alone, from sleeping on a bed, and the linens, the alarm clock to get up, the cell phone, the clothes, cars, building seats, everything that you do is a result of many, many people involved in the operations, the finance, the marketing, the supply chain, the accounting, the technology management, and the strategy of businesses. Brings us everything that we experience virtually every second of our lives. And now, you enter into a world where you have skills to be a major contributor in all of those components. Feel proud of what you've done. We certainly are proud of what you've done. Eminent Chancellor, through the authority of the Council of the Haskayne School of Business, it is my great pleasure to present this year's graduates.
For the degree Bachelor of Commerce, Lizette Jacqueline Abarca Rojas. Hejratullah Abdullah. Taylor Margaret Adolph. Syra Aftab. Lara Aurora Ubana Ugpuldo. Urtasia Evan Ahmed. Zaman Ahmed with distinction. Mohammed Akil. Jocelyn Irene Amaya. Aaron Ian Andrade. Danielle Nicole Andrade. Tyre Eric Ainsley. Camille May Annunciacion. Ali Mahmoud Arafa. Mohammed Hassan Askari. Joel William Askew. Malia Noor Awan. Gurvinder Singh Bajwa. Ankur Bakshi. Philip Edward Bamber, also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Melissa Christina Barata. Mateo Barbie, with distinction. Lena Maria Barbon. Madison Yolanda Barton, also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Development Studies. Graydon Alexander Beach. Liam Alexander Bichard, with distinction. Travis Randall B. Cusin, with distinction. Lumen Atienza Beltran. Justin Biocos. Jessica May Christine Bissett. Daniel Janusz Bliharczyk. William Nicholas Bobick. Connor James Bogsty. Andrew Perry Boris. Lindsay Jean Boys. Bradley Joseph Boyko, with distinction. Sadie Janae Brandon. Kanwarpal Singh Brar. Nicole Elizabeth Brokey, with distinction. Nicholas Gordon Bronze, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Julian Elford Brumick Parsons. Alexandra Joy Bushko. Diego Caceres Soto. Kathleen Kadangog, with distinction. Mansi Kalapati, also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Lei Marielle Ortal Carida. Sarah Ann Carver. Melissa Jane Cavalier. Christy Helen Pauline Chalifu, with distinction. Emily Chan, with distinction. Jillian Nicole Chan. Heitung Chan, also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Ho Wai Chan. Kirby Waiswen Chan, also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Si Ting Chan, with distinction. Ali Mohammed Charanek, with distinction. Anthony Chow. Talia Samantha Chow, also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Ancient and Medieval History. Silene Yilin Chen. Junjio Chen. Shuo Cheng. Anastasia Lacey Cherniak Kennedy, with distinction. Katie Chung. Myung-Yuan Cho. Kelly Jordan Chow. Stephen Chung. Connor Lee Clausen. Miguel Cortines. Alex Florent, with distinction. Timothy Ryan Cruz. Matea Dawn Cooko, with distinction. Kendra Elise Cuthill, with distinction. Robert Dabrowski. Vanessa Kim Dang. Vivian Dao, with distinction. Desiree Chantal Davidson. Keith Lawrence Dela Cruz. Roberto De Palma. Leanne Caitlin Deary, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science, both degrees with distinction. Cassandra Lauren Devlin, with distinction. Parth Daduk. Karandeep Dami. Paramveer Kaur Dami. Alicia Kaur Danjal, also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Law and Society. Brett Norman Dieterle. David Doe. Tram Mai Do. Andrew Fu Don, with distinction. Jocelyn Brianna Dong. Shuying Dong. Alex Robert Ducatel, with distinction. Meg Duckworth. Jeffrey Kyle Ebner. Youssef Hatem El Swaifi. Patrick Sami El Musa, with distinction. Brendan Joel Irwin Elhard, with distinction. Michaela Anna Iwascu, with distinction. Ramisa Faria. Jiyan Feng. David Ryan Fisher, with distinction. Trevor Sean Fitzgerald, with distinction. Miles Robert Fitzhenry. Tracy Dominique Rentuza Florendo. Marie Allison May Flores, with distinction. Liam Douglas Flynn, with distinction. Cassidy Jean Fuller, with distinction. Caitlin Ann Fulton. Raymond Chunman Fung. Gagneja, Anchal Gagneja. Haley Elizabeth Gallivan. James Peter Gantus. Aliana Gatapia. Joshua Philip Gauthier. Maria Gogoleva. Mokwo Kauku Golokuma. Eric Alberto Gonzalez. Natalie Gonzalez, also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, both degrees with distinction. Mackenzie April Gore Hickman. Anna Gritsuk. Spencer Graham Gunning. Logan Raymond Hale, with distinction. Joshua Robert Haley. Nurhan Soleiman Hamad, also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Joel Stephen Hambidge. Christopher Jacob Handel. Jacob Richard Hannevelt. Jordan Michael Hansen. Mohammed Hassan. Tan Ho. Mei Hui. Sally Shui Hui. Sarah Jane Hebner, also receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Rahema Henry. Roland Nikolai Hill. Leisha Ann Hitchings. Edmund No Jun Ho. Michelle Wang, with distinction. Talia Kristen Hodgkinson. Jinkyu Hong, with distinction. Sarah Hua. Ji-Hong Huang. Emma Louise Hutchinson. Jessica Caitlin Hutchinson. Henry Quinn. Kenny Hun. Shirley Hun.
Lane Iozo. Arnold Ip. Hazem Ismail. Saba Jamal. Xiaoquan Zhang. Subeg Singh Jaswal. Christian Ian Jagadka. Jinju Jiang. Jessica Morgan Jones. Summer Kadri, with distinction. Anna Kadriva. Ripple Kaila. Young Ki Jung. Yanni Apostolos Kanadas. Christian Kanji. Savi Kansal. Megan Alexandra Karras. Connor David Caprine. Dylan Alexander Cassian, with distinction. Daniel Kazmi, with distinction. Chantel Karina Kent. Thomas Wesley Kerr. Sylvia New. Isha Elizabeth King. Vera Koroneva. Susanna Kwong. Connor Gregory Kupfer. Crystal Carwin Kwang. Gary Kwan. Rhonda Andrea Kwan. Justin Kwang. Jennifer Elizabeth Labine, also with a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Kira Anastasia Lagadin. Logan Caleb Langdon with distinction. Samantha Ann Latter. Alexander Sidney Lau. Alexander. Horse Hawk Yi Lau. Jordan Anton Lees. Garrett Matthew Leah. Carly Leung. Jonathan Riley Leung. Tinyan Leung. Aaron Kawi Lee. Ben Lee. Mei Lee. Na Lee. Zhengning Lee. William Christopher Lim. Yeah, Will. Stephen Lin. Irina Lippin. Chase Michael Gishan Little. Megan K. Locke. Chang Liu with distinction. Jessica Lorty. Amanda Elizabeth Louis. Paige Devon Lounsbury. Brenda Liu with distinction. Vivian Liu. Shijuan Liu. Joan Da Liu. Aurora Lumi with distinction. Darren Bain Loma with distinction. Jenny Luong. Leslie Lee with distinction. Michael Daniel Lee, as well a combined program, Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Vincent Lee. Anthony Ma. Chase Nathaniel McDougall. Laura Ann Mack. Drew Thompson McKee. Ivan Ma. Nico Kenneth Ma with distinction. Kale Nicholas Ma Verling with distinction. Anjali Mahendra. Timothy Glenn Mack with distinction. Geet Kaur Macker. Kirsten McKewichuk. Shahira Malik. Jared Andrew Malin. Lucas Peter Maliniak. Sumit Manga with distinction. Lisa Jean Manners with distinction. Miranda Manti with distinction. Chanel Tran Mao with distinction. Daniel Mariano. Brittany Maya Martin. Joshua Andrew Martin. Sean Douglas Martin. Jordan Douglas Mathieson. Cecilia Ma. Me. Okay. William David Thomas McCabe. Connor Thomas McConvey. Marina Page McDougall with distinction. Michael Ryan McKelvey. Ian Kirk McKenzie with distinction. Karen Lee Maurer with distinction. Yasub Mehdi. Alexis Catherine Micor with distinction. Corey Miles. Constant Ryan Miller. Shelby Kirsten Milne with distinction. Zoya Mirza. Mina Mohammed. Megan Moran. Sunalika Mukherjee. Manpreet Multani. Mahad Nadeem, combined with Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Christopher Kai Nakamura. Daniel Jayakumar Navaratnam. Ross Theodore Ellen Nesbitt. Ho Wai Ying. Daniel Nui. Brandon Nguyen. Cecilia Nguyen. David Huang Nguyen. David Kong Tin Nguyen. Jessica Lu Nguyen. Richard Huang Quan Nguyen. Tien Koi Nguyen. Daniel Guillermo Nieto. Eric Jonathan No. Ogani Maro. Ianu Ojikali. Dylan James Oliver. Melanie Thin Ong. Ethan Erickson Oz. Sophie O. Young, a combined degree with the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. Oliana Pali with distinction. Ziad Paraka. Jay Park. Braden Parker, combined with a Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Sciences. Robert Pari. Jennifer Leigh Pelham, combined degree with Bachelor of Arts in English with distinction. Elise Peng. Thomas Grant Pickering. Aaron Roman Pinto. Michael Perez. Sheroz Karir. Zain Tariq Kadri. Yen Fan. Jeffan Rao. With distinction. Dwight Poto. Janelle Denise Price. Martin John Pullen.
Amrit Rai. Gurtej Singh Rangi. Madi Rashad. Chitrakshi Rathi. Adam Tamer Ray. Brett Edna Redpath. Camille Kaur Rehill, also graduating with a Bachelor of Kinesiology, both degrees with distinction. Stephen Douglas Reinbold. Kaylee Deanna Renz. Carlene Amelia Ruhl. Vyacheslav Viktorovich Ravenko. Sepend Rizadeh Gayor. Hyungwoo Ro. Alan Benzegales Ribano. Eric Charles Richardson. Erica Suzanne Polly Richmond. Danica Rayanne Robertson. Wesley John Robinson. Victoria Rebecca Caitlin Ross. Dominic Patrick Russo, also graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Nicole Daphne Ryback, with distinction. Sukhbir Kaur Sahota. Nikhil Sant. Victoria Truce Saunders, with distinction. Justin Savage. Ryan Eric Peter Scheer. Madison Moran Schmidt, with distinction. Daniel Benjamin Schneider. Nicole Julia Schott. Nathan Charles Chewett, with distinction. Rigel Segal. Dominique and Serena. Nadia Amberine Shahid. Nafis Shariar, with distinction. Ashish Sharma. Pooja Sharma. Rinzi Shekha. Chinmay Shende, also graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Ivnor Kaur Shirgal. Hannah Shin. Yenny Shin. Calvin Owen Siebert. Jasleen Kaur Sahota with distinction. Adam Chasang Silbernagel. Taylor Alex Simpson. Sahib Singh. Campbell Wyatt Skinner. Jared Reed Slemp. Tanner James Snell. Madana Sarabi Rad, also graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in English and Psychology. Natalie Joyce Spencer. Kim Lawrence Stafford. Devin Reese Stashik. Philip Stavoviak. Ivan Steklov. Braden Storshenko. Colton Raymond Strand. Brianna Lynn Strom. Taylor Stronach Hesp. Jordan Alexandra Swedick. Leela Swietlo. Redate Berhano Tades. Shuri Tang. Tony Tang. Victoria Shungbun Tang. Terrence Tat with distinction. Willis Tat with distinction. That's okay. Marie Evelyn Taylor. Sydney Jenna Taylor. Carrie Ty. Alana Thompson. Natalie Thompson. Matthew Joseph Thon. Megan Thorpe. Muhammad Ahmed Threya. Catherine Ann Tikanen. Leslie Herman Tong. Brittany Amanda Torpy. Ryan James Tossi. Daniel Tran. Huang Min Tran. Jackie Tran. Kai Tran. Stephen Tran. Melanie Lorraine Troche. Therese Vaituyet Trong. Ho Ting Natalie C. Jasnur Kaur Tung. Gabrielle Alexa Vaillancourt. Sanjil Vaish. Nicole Letitia Van Hugenbos with distinction. Bianca Alexis Ferreras, also graduating with a BA in International Relations, both with distinction. Carla Cheryl Velasquez. Vency Allen de la Cruz Venus. Jacqueline Rebecca Verweyen. Joshua Vo. Sadie Bong. Congratulations. Ryan John Wallace. Joshua Dane Welter. Bonnie Wan. Oscar Wang. Shushi Wong. Zonrei Wong. Kendra Waslicia. Chu Wei Wei. Emma Elizabeth Olmsted Whitehead. Makika Vijay Sinha. John Raymond Williams. Caleb Yandag Wong. Casey Kaho Wong. Darren Mankit Wong. Hanson Wong. Michael Wong. Yvonne Wong. Mina Wu. Justin Williams James Wood, with distinction. Madison McKenna Wood. Tanya Wu. Ziyao Wu. Jingyu Yan. Amy Shimin Yang. Stephen Yang. Denise Yang. Danny Martin Yee. Brendan Parker Young, with distinction. Wing Hin Yu. Sheila May Har Salvador Yu. Mohammed Bilal Zahed. Tayaba Zaidi. Yennefer Del Carmen Zhang. Chaofu Zhang. Huling Zhang. Yuhan Zhang. Nu Zhu, with distinction. Paulina Victoria Zikowitz. Eminent Chancellor, that is the graduating class of 2018 from the Haskayne School of Business. Thank you.
Graduates, we recognize your years of hard work and commitment to your studies and also to your extracurricular activities. You've worked with commitment, and we're so very proud of all that you've accomplished. Congratulations, well done.
Graduates, this ceremony is first and foremost a celebration of your success, and deservedly so, for your accomplishments are impressive. We are now at the point in the ceremony where we select from among the very many accomplished graduates, students who have excelled in their studies to the point where they are singled out as medal winners. The details of the medals we are awarding at this ceremony and the names of the medal winners appear on page 54. Eminent Chancellor, it is my honor to present to you, the President, the Platform Party, graduates and guests, the following medal winners. Winner of the Haskayne School of Business Gold Medal and the Haskayne School of Business Silver Medallion in Accounting is Sakwan Eric Jang. Eric graduated today with his Bachelor of Commerce in Accounting. He was the recipient of the 2015 Richard L. George Distinguished Business Leader Scholarship, as well as the 2016 Suncor Energy Emerging Leaders Business Scholarship, and obtained a cumulative GPA of 3.97 in his BCom. Eric made time to build a strong network of fellow students and instructors in Haskayne, as well as through his internship at PwC. He also spent part of his degree on exchange in Korea, where he had the opportunity to meet and work with students from all over the world. He was the Director of External Affairs for the Haskayne Students Association, where he planned, researched, and coordinated events and opportunities for his fellow Haskayne students outside of the University of Calgary. Eric also spent some time during his undergrad volunteering with the Volunteer Tax Services, where he was able to take his in-class knowledge and help low-income families and other students file their tax returns free of charge. Since graduating, Eric has been helping with his parents' business. He will be flying off to Europe this June for a month-long backpacking trip before starting full-time with PwC in September. The winner of the FEI Silver Medallion in Finance is Marina Page McDougall. The winner of the Haskayne School of Business Silver Medallion General is Hannah Amy Sell. The winner of the Haskayne School of Business Silver Medallion in Business Technology Management is Natalie Gonzalez. The winner of the Haskayne School of Business Silver Medallion in Energy Management is Victoria Truce Saunders. The winner of the Haskayne School of Business Silver Medallion in Entrepreneurship and Innovation is Matea Dawn Kuko. The winner of the Haskayne School of Business Silver Medallion in Organizational Behavior and Human Resources is Anastasia Lacey Cherniak-Kennedy. The winner of the Haskayne School of Business Silver Medallion in Marketing is Willis Tat. The winner of the Haskayne School of Business Silver Medallion in Operations Management is Carly Leung. The winner of the Haskayne School of Business Silver Medallion in Risk Management and Insurance is Miranda Manti. And the winner of the Haskayne School of Business Silver Medallion in Supply Chain Management is Nicole Daphne Ryback.
Rounding third. Ladies and gentlemen, families and friends who have come from far and wide, thank you for attending the convocation ceremony and supporting our graduates. What a pleasure it's been for us to greet each of the graduates as they've crossed the stage. They truly represent our future. Thank you to our esteemed faculties, the Faculty of Graduate Studies and also the Haskayne School of Business. Congratulations once again to our honorary degree recipient, Dr. Marie Delorme, and also to our Order of the University of Calgary recipient, Dr. Lauren Falkenberg. Thank you to our orator, Murray McGilvray, for your stirring citation for Dr. Delorme. Once again, congratulations to our medal and award winners, Andelia, Anna, Mataya, Natalie, Sokwan, Miranda, Marina, Maria, Nicole, Victoria, Hannah, and Willis. You make us proud. Convocation wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for music, so thank you to Alf Miller, our piper, our vocalist, Joelle Welling, and also to the Johnny Summers Quintet. How cool is it to have a jazz combo at your convocation? A special thank you to my dear colleagues, many colleagues, who have, over the last few weeks, relentlessly worked behind the scenes to plan and make this morning's convocation ceremony unfold so smoothly. So to all the staff and volunteers who work behind the scenes, to our ushers, and especially to my two heroes, George and Glenn, who are our convocation marshals. Thank you all. To our 2018 graduates, we wish you fond memories of the time that you spent at the University of Calgary. Congratulations on a job well done. Today is a day of celebration, so take photos with your family and friends. Party hardy this evening. Cherish the memories that you've made along the way. You've done it. You're a University of Calgary graduate, which is a distinction that you'll carry with you for the rest of your life. I'm proud to be an alumnus, and I'm now honored to be associated with you as fellow alumni. I declare this convocation closed. Please stand for the departure of our processions.